Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, Nilesh.
Okay. Right, listen. So, yeah, in the previous session, we have covered the practical demonstration on creating a VPC and subnet. Right, today, let's try to understand a few more demonstration with respect to your VPS. Right, suppose, guys, remember, if someone is asking, what is VPC? The immediate answer should be it's a logical isolation on your AWS cloud, right? So whenever if you need any logical isolation, we can go for a VPC on your AWS cloud. In the same way, we can divide your VPC into multiple subnet, right? So that is a logical, it is also kind of isolation. Yes, it's a partitioning, logical partitioning that is on top of your resources. If you have a multiple resources, if you want to partition your VPC into multiple subnet, it might be a public subnet or private subnet. If you want to divide your VPC, then you can go for subnet, or which is called a subnet. Subnet. And we also know what is CIDR as well. CIDR is nothing but a block of IP address, the range of IP addresses. You will get it when you go for a CIDR, classless inter-domain routing. So this is how, we have done practical session with respect to VPC and subnet and all. And I have given two kind of demo. One is VPC only and VPC and more. So both we have covered. When we go for VPC and more, in a single screen, you can able to configure the VPC. You can configure the subnet and routing table, internet gateway, everything it will take care. Right. Now, suppose, let me tell you few more things. This is I have covered in the first day session itself, but anyway, let me tell you once again. The architecture of your VPC. Architecture of your VPC. Say suppose, 1 minute. Say suppose I have my AWS cloud. Consider this is my AWS cloud. This is the AWS cloud. This is my AWS cloud. As we know, inside your public cloud, we can able to create many regions. Let me take again one region. Inside this AWS cloud, I have one region. So the region is, say, region which is North Virginia. I can take North Virginia as the region. And inside the region, you can create the many VPC, right? Because VPC is the regional service. VPC is regional service. So what I will do, I will create one VPC inside your region. Because VPC is the regional service. Many VPC we can able to create it if we go with a region level. So what I have done so far, I have a public cloud and I have selected the North Virginia as a region, and inside that I have created one VPC. As you know, whenever you create any VPC, immediately you have to provide a CIDR range also, right, for this one. So let me take one CIDR range, any range you can give it. Let me take one CIDR range. Suppose 192.168.10.0/24. Let me take 24. So it means that we will get around 256 IP addresses, 256 machine we can able to allocate. If we go with 192, sorry, /24 CIDR range. right? Now, after creating a VPC and we have given CIDR range also, inside your region, we have many availability zone, right? Again, inside your VPC also, we have many subnet. Say suppose, and this is one subnet, and this is one subnet or availability zone, and this is my another availability zone. This is one availability zone, and this is my another availability zone. Say suppose this is an availability zone which is considered like US East -1A. This is the availability zone inside your North Virginia region. And we have another availability zone. Let me take, this is having an region called, US-East-1B. This is the availability zone B. And again, inside the availability zone, we have to create minimal one subnet, right? So let me create a subnet also. So I can create a subnet inside this availability zone. I can create the subnet, and inside this availability zone also I'm going to create a subnet. So it means that I have two subnets here, and I'm considering this subnet, anything you can give it, maybe consider like this is my two public subnet. I'm going to create two public subnet. Say suppose this is my subnet which is 192.168.10.0/24 already I have given. Maybe I can split into 26, not 26, maybe 25 we can go for, because I am creating only two subnets. And in the same way, here also I will create a subnet 192.168.10.128. Totally we have 256, right? /25. This is my another subnet CIDR range. So far what I have done, I have created an AWS cloud, and inside I have a region, and I have created a VPC. There are two availability zones I'm going to create. Inside that, in each availability zone, I'm going to place a subnet. Each availability zone, I need to place a subnet. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Let's quickly confirm. I have another session at 4:30. Please confirm.
No, Dinesh.
Right. So let me go with the aws.amazon.com and click on sign into the console. Right. So I can give an email address, the password also. It will ask me MFA code. So the MFA code is 52606 526654. Fine. Click on submit. So there is a mistake. S2DBH3. Click on submit. And once again, I can give my password. After that, 166228. This time it should log in. Yes, it is logged. Now let me create a VPC now. Click on VPC, and I think I already have a VPC. I am selecting the North Virginia region, and click on this, your VPC. How many VPC available? I think we have one VPC. Let me delete this one. I don't want. Click on delete VPC, and delete, and click on delete. Let me create my own VPC now. And click on create VPC, and the VPC only I will go for. I'm not going with VPC anymore. Let me go with VPC only, and give the VPC. Say this is my custom VPC, custom VPC demo. Like that I have given one VPC name here, and IP version 4, and I have to give the CIDR, right? 10.0.0.0. No, what I have given here. So let me take the same number, 192.168.10. Okay. Right. So 192.168.10/24 I have given here, and no VP6, IPv6 tenancy is default. Let me create the VPC. 192.168.10.0. Click on create VPC. And now we have a VPC now. Can you see I have a VPC? This is the VPC I have created. So whenever you select any region, in default you will get the VPC. This is my default VPC, but this is my VPC that I have created. This is my VPC. Now what is the next step? When you see this picture, this image, I have a AWS cloud, I have a North Virginia region, I have created one VPC also. Inside the VPC, maybe we have many already zone. I'm going to select 1A and 1B. I'm going to create two subnet here. Maybe consider like two are a public subnet, or you can create one public subnet and one private subnet also, whatever you want. Maybe let me consider like both are public subnet. So let me create one subnet. So click on this subnet and click on, already we have a default subnets and all, because in North Virginia we have a 6 already zone. So that's the reason in each already zone we have a subnet. Now let me click on create subnet and choose your VPC. This is the custom VPC. And this is the associated CIDR range for that particular VPC. And let me give a subnet also, custom subnet hyphen, which is public subnet I'm going to create, hyphen demo, custom subnet public demo. And I have to select the availability zone. Let me select 1A as the availability zone, and I will give the CIDR range 10.0.0. Not 10 point. Again, I'm making the mistake. So what is the number? 192, right? 192.168.10.0/25. I have given. That's it. Click on create subnet. Now one subnet got created. Let me create another subnet also. So click on create subnet and choose the same VPC and 192 point same VPC. And here you have to give custom subnet hyphen a public hyphen, you can give a demo, right? This is my demo number 2. And let me select this time 1B and give the IP address 192.168.10.128/25. It is another CIDR range for your second subnet. Click on create subnet. Now let me refresh. I can able to see two subnets now. So many subnets are there? There are two subnets. So this is my demo number 2. This is subnet number 2. And this is my subnet number 1. So there are two subnets are available within this particular VPC. So far, I have done this one. So we have a AWS cloud, we have a region, we have a VPC, and the two subnet I have created. One subnet is pertaining to 1A, and another subnet I have created inside the 1B. Any questions so far?
No, Dinesh.
Okay, fine. So now what I will do, let me create one EC2 instance inside any of this subnet. I'm going to create one EC2 machine. I'm going to launch EC2 machine. Say suppose I will take one EC2 machine inside this particular subnet and I will try to launch it here. I will try to launch it here within this subnet. So let me try in 1A first. Let me try in 1A. So go to this management console. I can see the EC2. Click on this. Click on this and click on launch instance. Launch instance and go with, this is my EC2 hyphen demo with respect to VPC. And all are same. You can select the key pair also. Say suppose I'm creating a new key pair. Say this is key pair which is related to VPC, and click on create a key pair. Now we have a key pair. Then after this is completed, come below. Then this is the important part. Network settings. Click on edit. And then inside the network settings, we have a mini VPC. Right? So it's a default VPC. This is the VPC that I have created so far. So let me check this VPC. After checking this VPC, and I have to select the subnet availability zone. So let me select 1A. Both are public, so no need to worry. So let me go with the 1A. And I have to assign public IP address. Yes, because it's a public server, right? It is a public subnet. When it is a public subnet, you no need to disable. You just enable it. You no need to disable. You just enable it. Fine. Once it is completed, because I need to see the public IP address, because it's a public server, it's a public subnet. Then once it is completed, rest of the portion not required, directly click on launch instance. So once you click on launch instance, the server you can able to see. Click on view all instances. I have a EC2 machine here. This is EC2 machine that I have launched inside the public subnet. Then of course it's called as public server. It has both public IP address and private IP address. For this particular machine, it is launched inside the public subnet. So thereby it will be having both public IP address and private IP address. Both public IP address and private IP. When you click on this, can you see? I can see a public IP address along with that private IP address. Both I can able to see if I launch inside the public subnet. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
No. So once it is completed, now I can connect this server. I can connect this server. So let me click on this and go to the connect and come below. With help of EC2 instance connect feature, I can connect. It is the one way. Or otherwise, I can go for the Cloud Shell also, right? I can able to go for Cloud Shell also. So let me check Cloud Shell also. So open link in new tab. Click on Cloud Shell. And here, I need to launch my EC2. For that, I need to launch my EC2. Okay, so let me click on these actions and you can see the upload file, right? You just upload. Okay, you just upload your key pair. So that I have downloaded. This one is my key pair. Click on open and click on upload. Uploading my key pair because I need to launch my EC2 instance. It is a Cloud Shell. So now simply I can type a command called SSH space -I space a key pair name. What is the key pair name that we have uploaded? So the key pair name is key pair -VPC, key pair -VPC dot pem file space, and you have to give username of your EC2 -user at the rate of, and you have to give what? And you have to give the public IP address. So this is my public IP address. You can copy and paste it. That's it. Press enter. So when you press enter, let's wait. I think I'm not able to connect to this particular SSH client. Not able to connect to this SSH client. So let me connect with connect to instance. Click on connect. Click on connect. So whether it is happening. No. EC2 instance connect is unable to connect to your instance. Ensure your instance network setting are configured correctly for EC2 instance connect. For more information, see setup EC2 instance connect at the document level they have given. And inside the Cloud Shell also, it is completely loading. Nothing I can able to see it here. Maybe later I will get some kind of error. I think so. Right. So I'm not able to connect my instance when I use the my custom VPC. Why? Why, guys? Why I'm getting an error? Why I'm not able to connect to my EC2 instance? Anyone, please guess. Any idea on this?
So instead of public IP, when we give the private IP, I guess it would connect.
Why, Yuvraj, I should give a private IP?
I think internet gateway, sir.
Exactly, Aman. You are correct. You are correct. Yes. So there is a problem with internet gateway. Consider I want to configure any internet gateway for this particular project, for particular services. I have created my EC2 server and I have created my subnet also. VPC is available, but where is my internet gateway? In default, did you remember I told in the first day session itself, in default, your internet will not be accessed directly to your subnet. Your resources cannot get the internet. Why it is not getting the internet? The reason because VPC. VPC is the private isolation. It is a logical isolation. How it will allow your internet, a public internet? It will not allow, right? So if you want to allow your internet, of course, you need to go for you need to go for internet gateway. So you have to configure internet gateway in your machine. Whenever if you have an internet gateway only, this internet gateway can able to communicate. This internet gateway can able to communicate with this your EC2 machine, but not directly. Again, it is also not possible. Directly, we cannot use the internet gateway to communicate with your EC2 instance. In between, I have to use what? Anyone remember?
Routing table.
Exactly. So we need a routing table. What we require? We require the routing table. This is the first day session I have taken. So let me better. So what maybe I can do? I have an internet gateway and we have a routing table. I have a routing table. In routing table, I can see the destination and along with the target. Along with the target. Guys, remember, whenever you create a VPC, you will get the default route table. Whenever you create VPC, you will get the default route table. The default route table is also called as main route table. See, now, let me show that one. Inside my VPC, I can go with my VPC. And can I see this VPC, right? That I have created. This is my VPC ID. And if I go to the route table, when I paste this one, can you see here? We got one route table. In default, you will get one route table which is called a main route table when you create a VPC. So here, if you see the route option, here you can see the destination and target. Destination and target. So what is the meaning of this destination and target? Destination is nothing but where you need to reach. Where you need to reach. What is your target? Target is nothing but what the device you need, what you require, what devices you want in order to do the local communication. See what this means, right? So destination. So whatever the CIDR, right, which is available inside your VPC, all the CIDR I want to communicate. Internally, locally, within a VPC, we can able to communicate. Within a VPC, the resources can able to easily communicate, but the internet is outside, right? I have to allow the public internet to my VPC. I have to allow my public VPC, public internet to my VPC. Then obviously this route won't work. So what I need to do, I need to edit this route. So we have already a route table. Route table in every VPC, there is a route table associated with it. That is nothing but a main route table. In default, a main route table says, if you want to have the communication internally, no issue. You have a CIDR here and you also have local communication. Internally, you can able to communicate. Within a VPC, any resources can able to communicate. But if you want to allow internet, means what? 0.0.0.0. This is any IP address, right, for internet. So, and you have to tell like the target is internet gateway. Target is internet gateway. This rule you have to add it. This rule you have to add it. Then only the outside internet, it will, EC2 will get it. So if EC2 need a internet, then I have to should have the internet gateway. And it will not do the direct interaction. In between, we have a route table. Route table will allow or it acts as a link between our communication medium between the internet gateway and EC2 server. Everyone clear so far?
Yes, Dinesh.
Now, let me create an internet gateway. So in the left hand side itself, you can see internet gateway, right? Click on this internet gateway. See, I have to create an internet gateway. This one I'm creating. So click on. Already we have a default internet gateway. It is for default VPC. But I have created a custom VPC, right? For that, I will create again one VPC, one internet gateway. Remember, one VPC, one internet gateway. We cannot create two VPC, one internet gateway, or one VPC, two internet gateway is not possible. 1:1. One VPC, one internet gateway. But one VPC can have multiple subnet. In each subnet, you can able to create many routing table also. So, not routing table, yeah, routing table, right? Yeah, many routing table also, right? Create internet gateway and give some name. Say this is custom internet gateway. I'm going to create for your VPC. Say demo. Then after that, click on create internet gateway. And this internet gateway, just I have given a name. I have to attach to a VPC. For that, let me click on this and select the VPC, custom VPC. See guys, here it is not giving two VPC option, only one VPC, because one VPC, one internet gateway. Already default VPC is attached with your default internet gateway. That's the reason it is not showing that option. Fine. So let's click on attach internet gateway. Now we have an internet gateway got configured. This one. This is the custom internet gateway that I have configured. Now listen here. Now what I need to do, this is my internet gateway. This internet gateway should have a communication with your routing table. You have to configure this internet gateway inside the route table. What you need to do? You have to configure this internet gateway inside the routing table. From the routing table, it will have the interaction with the EC2 instance. So this is what I'm going to do. So now my work is inside your route table. Inside your route table, I have to configure my internet gateway. This is how I have to configure my internet gateway. And the route table already, is it attached with subnet again? No, it is not attached with subnet, right? Again, in route table, I have to do two things. In route table, I need to do two things. The one is I have to configure internet gateway. This is one. Step number one. Step number one. What is the next step? The next step, I have to attach the subnet. Attach subnet. I have to associate subnet. I have to attach. Because if you are not attaching a subnet to the routing table, how routing table do? How routing table will know whether I need to handle this subnet or this subnet? Right?
Yes, yes.
You got question? You got this one? Yes or no?
Yes, Dinesh.
So let me go here and go to the routing table and click on your custom route table. Where is the custom route table?
First one, Dinesh. First one you mentioned as custom.
Yes, yes, correct. It is not a custom actually. Yuvraj, it is default route table.
Okay, but
This is-
okay.
this
VPC
is
name you
default.
have mentioned as
Yeah,
custom.
correct. So in order to understand this one, right hand side you can find it. See, suppose let me reduce this size. Can you see here? This is your custom VPC, right? So this is giving this route table, but this route table, it is from your default VPC. Are you clear, Yuvraj?
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go with this one. This is the default VPC is providing, but custom VPC giving this route table. So let me click on this and click on route. So now inside your route, click on edit route and I will add the route. So I'm going to add the interaction with a public internet. So any IP address that should allow. And what is your target? The target is internet gateway. When you click on this internet gateway, here you can find that internet gateway, custom IGW VPC demo that I have created. And simple, click on save changes. So once it is done, now let me show this. And I can see, right? So one is the local and another one is, this is the rule that I have added. Now, what is the next one? First option I have completed. First option I have configured IGW. And another one is, for this particular route table, I need to tell where is subnet, associated subnet. So for that, can you see subnet association? Click on this. And there is no subnet here. I need to tell this subnet, there are two subnets available. Either you can attach both subnet also if you want, because both are public. You don't need to worry, both subnet you can attach it. Just click on save association. That's it. You have completed your work. Any questions so far?
தினேஷ் ஒரு கிளாரிபிகேஷன் இப்போ நம்ம
சொல்லுங்க.
ஒரே ஒரு EC2 இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ்க்கு மட்டும் இன்டர்நெட் ஆக்சஸ் கொடுக்கணும்னா நம்ம செக்யூரிட்டி குரூப்ல போயிட்டு இன்பவுண்ட் அவுட்பவுண்ட் ரூல் மாத்தி கொடுத்தா அதுல வந்துரும். பட் VPC கொடுத்தா மல்டிபிள்
அதாவது செக்யூரிட்டி குரூப் இட்ஸ் ஃபயர்வால்ல எந்த எந்த வெளியிருந்து எந்த ரூல் எடுக்க வரணும், உள்ள இருந்து வெளியே எங்க போகணும்ன்றதான இன்பவுண்ட் அண்ட் அவுட்பவுண்ட் ரூல். செக்யூரிட்டி குரூப் இட்ஸ் ஃபயர்வால். நம்ம இப்ப என்ன பண்றோம்னா பிரைவேட் கிளவுட் கிரியேட் பண்றோம். அந்த பிரைவேட் கிளவுட்ல EC2 லான்ச் பண்றோம். பிரைவேட் கிளவுட்ல EC2 லான்ச் பண்ணும்போது என்ன பிரச்சனைனா அதுக்கு வந்து இன்டர்நெட் கிடைக்காது. அப்ப அந்த இன்டர்நெட் அலோவ் பண்றதுக்காக தான் என்ன பண்றேன், ரவுட்டிங் டேபிள் மூலமா இன்டர்நெட் கேட்வே அலோவ் பண்றேன்.
ஓகே, பட் நம்ம EC2 இன்ஸ்டன்ஸும் வந்துட்டு இன்டர்நெட் பிளாக் பண்ண முடியல இன்பவுண்ட் அவுட்பவுண்ட் ரூல்ஸ் வச்சு.
கரெக்ட். ஆமா, நம்ம பிளாக்லாம் பண்ண முடியும். ஆமா, பட் EC2 யூஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு மிஷின் தானே பிரைவேட் கிளவுட கிரியேட் பண்ண முடியுமா?
அதுதான் அந்த கிளாரிபிகேஷன். ஒரு EC2 இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ்னா நம்ம ஃபயர்வால் வழியா
ஆமா,
பண்ணிக்கலாம். பட்
நம்ம அதை
மல்டிபிள்
ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். பட் இங்க நம்ம ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கல. ஆக்சுவலி நம்ம ஒரு இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ்க்கு ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ண நினைக்கல. ஒரு ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் நம்ம பப்ளிக் இன்டர்நெட் வச்சு இங்கே ஆக்சஸ் தான் பண்றோம். ஆனா பிரைவேட் என்விரான்மெண்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணிட்டு.
ஓகே, சேம் கான்செப்ட், பட் அது ஒரு இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ், இது மல்டிபிள் இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ்.
மல்டிபிள் இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் இல்ல வேற எதனா சர்வீசஸ் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். எப்பவுமே நம்ம என்ன நினைப்போம், வெளிய இருக்கிற ஒரு பர்சன் நம்ம மிஷின் ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு நினைப்போம்.
ஓகே தினேஷ், புரியுது.
ஒரு தனி இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சரை நம்ம கிரியேட் பண்றோம். இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சரை கிரியேட் பண்றோம். இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் சொல்லல, ஒரு இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர்.
ஓகே.
சரி, இப்போ let me check. So let me refresh this whether I can able to connect to my EC2 instance. Yes, right. This time I can able to connect. So even the cloud shell, let me try with help of a cloud shell also. It is asking me yes or no. And what is the permission denied? Why permission denied? I think sudo chmod 400 that particular pim file name, say keep pair -vpc.pim. Press enter. Now let me try.
தினேஷ், எனக்கு என்ன ஒரு டவுட்னா, இப்போ ரியல் டைம்ல வந்து நம்ம ஃபயர்வால் யூஸ் பண்ண மாட்டோம் தானே? ஏன்னா விபிசி யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் நம்ம டேட்டாஸ் யாரும் இது பண்ணக்கூடாது, விபிசி யூஸ் பண்ணி தானே நம்ம ஒர்க் பண்ணுவோம்.
நான் இன்னொரு விஷயம் சொல்றேன். இங்க பாருங்க, நம்ம கரெக்ட் தான், நீங்க சொல்றது எதுவும் தப்பெல்லாம் இல்லை. VPC நம்ம கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். இன் டிஃபால்ட்டா ஒரு VPC வருது. நீங்க ஒரு VPC கிரியேட் பண்ணதா கூட இருக்கட்டும். நீங்க சப்போஸ் ஒரு பப்ளிக் IP அட்ரஸ் நீங்க ஆல்ரெடி கான்ஃபிகர் பண்ண, நம்ம 0.0.0 கொடுத்துருக்கோம். பட் ரியல் டைம்ல அந்த கம்பெனி என்ன இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் என்ன IP அட்ரஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணாலும் அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும். எனி இன்டர்நெட் சர்வீசஸ் அவங்க கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. பட் ஒருவேளை நீங்க இன்னொரு பர்டிகுலர் ரிசோர்ஸஸ் ஆட் பண்ண நினைச்சீங்கன்னா திருப்பி நான் இந்த மாதிரி போக வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை. நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், செக்யூரிட்டி குரூப்ல போயிட்டு அந்த பர்டிகுலர் இன்ஸ்டன்ஸுக்கு மட்டும் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், we can allow it, right? ஒட்டு மொத்தமா அலோவ் பண்றதுக்கும் ஒரே ஒரு சர்வீசஸ்க்கு அலோவ் பண்றதுக்கு வித்தியாசம் இருக்குல்ல.
ஓகே.
அப்ப செக்யூரிட்டி குரூப்பும் தேவைப்படும் நான் சொல்றேன்.
ஓகே.
நீங்க ஒட்டுமொத்த என்விரான்மெண்ட்டுக்கு இன்பவுண்ட் அவுட்பவுண்ட் ரூல் அலோவ் பண்றதுக்கும் ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் சர்வீசஸ்க்கு இன்பவுண்ட் அவுட்பவுண்ட் ரூல் அலோவ் பண்றதுக்கு வித்தியாசம் இருக்குல்ல.
ஓகே.
நீடுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணிப்பீங்க. பட் ரெண்டுமே வந்து நெட்வொர்க் இன்ஜினியரிங் கீழ தான் வருது, நெட்வொர்க் செட்டிங்ஸ் கீழ தான் வருது.
ஓகே.
So are you clear guys so far how the internet gateway is working? Yes or no?
Yes Dinesh.
Guys, all the traffic from your VPC over the internet, it will be redirected only by the internet gateway. உங்க ரிசோர்சஸ்க்கு வெளியில இருந்து ஒரு பப்ளிக் இன்டர்நெட் கிடைக்குதுன்னா that is happening only through the internet gateway. Without internet gateway, even if you have a resources inside the public subnet, again we cannot give it. Only internet gateway is helping them. So always remember there can be only one IGW attached to the VPC. ஒரே ஒரு VPC தான், ஒரு VPCக்கு ஒரு IGW மட்டும்தான். இந்த IGW எப்படி ஆக்ட் ஆகுதுன்னா, it acts as a communication between the VPC and the internet. Simple. So it enables, the resources in our public subnet, it connect to the internet. Resource should have a public IP address, right? So then only. So no questions so far? Any questions so far?
No, Dinesh.
No Dinesh.
Right. Now, let me. Okay, so better. I will tell you one more scenario. Now suppose Consider and this is my consider in the same way. Quickly, I am drawing one diagram. Listen. Suppose I have a region. I have this is my region, and inside the region what happened? My system is getting angry. Okay, no problem. Listen. So I have a region. This is my region. So inside the region, again, we have consider like I have a AWS cloud outside. I have an AWS cloud. And inside the region, we also have VPC. I have a VPC also. This is my VPC. And inside the VPC, we can have many availability zones. Let me create 2 availability zone now. This is my 1 availability zone. And this is my 1 availability zone. In the same way, I have another availability zone also. This is my another availability zone. There are 2 availability zones. And inside the availability zone, let me create 2 subnet. So here we have 1 subnet. In the same way, I have 1 more subnet also. This is my another subnet. So this is my 1 more subnet. And here we have subnet. In each availability zone, I have created 2 subnet. Say this is my availability zone. And here I have created subnet. Consider this availability zone. I have 1 public subnet. In the same way, here we have 1 private subnet. Private subnet. And this is also another availability zone. Inside this availability zone, I am creating 2 subnet again. This is 1 public subnet, and this is my private subnet. Private subnet. So far clear? So far clear?
Yes.
Yes, Dinesh.
Okay.
Yes, Dinesh.
So here I have availability zone. I have created 4 subnets. In first availability zone, I have 2 subnets. One is public subnet and private subnet. In second assembly zone, again we have a public subnet and private subnet. Now suppose, now tell me, I have one EC2 machine here. Inside the public subnet, I have one EC2 machine. Now, if this EC2 machine need internet, consider this EC2 machine needs an internet. How we can provide this internet? Maybe consider like here we have a user, they are going to access this particular EC2 machine in order to install some software. Now to install some software, this EC2 machine, this user is going to use it by using the public internet. Will it possible? Now tell me. Will it possible? Can you confirm, guys? Will it possible? Hello, guys. Is it possible or not? Are you there?
Yes, yes, yes.
What I'm saying, the user wants to interact with this particular EC2 machine, whether it is possible or not.
Yes, please.
It is possible. How?
Yes.
How it is possible?
Public IP.
Yeah, we have a public IP address. Now this is internet, right? This is internet. This public network is going to use by the user. They are going to access this particular EC2 server. Can I able to directly interact with this EC2 server with help of public internet by the user?
No, sir.
What we need?
Internet gateway.
Exactly. So we need an internet gateway. So we need an internet gateway. So this internet gateway, in between, we also need a routing table. Yes or no? So in
Yes.
between, we need a routing table also. This is my routing table. So the routing table has the destination as well as a target. So what we can do, maybe through this user, they will connect an internet to this internet gateway. From this internet gateway, the routing table will be connected. From the routing table, we can able to access this particular EC2. Is that right?
Yes, Dinesh.
Yes, right? Now, right. This is how we will basically do. Now, I have a question, guys. Listen. Suppose I have one server inside your private subnet. Consider like this is a EC2 instance I have launched inside the private subnet. Now, I need to access this EC2 because it has only a private IP address. It is not having any public IP address. This public subnet has public IP address. What you have done with the help of your routing table and internet gateway, you have communicated. But my question is, I have a EC2 server inside the private subnet. It is the private IP address it has. So how can I communicate? With the help of internet gateway? What do you think?
No, VPC.
VPC.
Gateways.
Sorry?
Through NAT gateway.
Through the NAT gateway. Right. Through the NAT gateway. The answer is correct. But how? Listen. Now remember, this private subnet, we cannot connect any internet gateway and all. We don't have that kind of concept and all. So this route table, consider like it's a default route table. It is already connected with public subnet. Now you may, suppose if you want to connect this route table to this public subnet also, you can able to connect it. No issues. If you want to connect this route table to this particular subnet, yeah, you can able to connect it. But this route table is only for public subnet, right? So you cannot use this route table for private subnet, because if you are trying to connect this route table to the private subnet, what will happen? It will be indirectly connected to the internet gateway, right? It is not possible. So remember, the route table is already available. You guys can create any number of public subnet here and you can use it, this route table. Maybe consider like this is the public route table. Public route table. But if you want to connect a private subnet, internet gateway is not possible. Are you getting my point first?
Yes, Dinesh.
So now what I need to do? How can I connect this private subnet? For that also, of course, you need a route table. I'm not talking route table right now. Listen. See guys, if I need to give a public or a network to this private subnet, it is not at all possible to go with the internet gateway, but we have one option. What is the option? The option is, here we have a public subnet, right? Here already we have one EC2 instance that you have connected. Once you have connected this particular EC2 instance, from this EC2 instance, you can connect with, from this EC2 instance, you can connect with this EC2 instance. You can jump from this public EC2 server to private EC2 server. Thereby, this EC2 server will act as jump server. It will be acting as jump server. Sometimes it is also called as jump box. Jump box, or we can call it as bastion host. Anything is fine. All are same. Now, we cannot connect your internet gateway to your EC2 instance, private EC2 instance. For that reason, what we are doing, already we have connected this EC2 right from the public server. Now I am going to jump from here to here. I can able to connect your public EC2 to the private EC2 in order to launch this one. So for that, we are using one proxy, or maybe this EC2, that time it acts as a jump server. That time it acts as a jump box or bastion host. Later I will talk about the NAT gateway. As of now, are you clear? Do you want me to repeat? Are you clear?
It's fine, Dinesh, but practical பார்த்தா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம்
Okay,
clear ஆ
okay, I will tell you. Yeah. So அப்ப நான் என்ன சொன்னேன்னா, ஆல்ரெடி பப்ளிக் EC2 இருக்கு, பிரைவேட் EC2 இருக்கு. இந்த பிரைவேட் EC2 நீங்க கனெக்ட் பண்ண முடியாது, பிகாஸ் இன்டர்நெட் கிடைக்காது. ஏன்னா இன்டர்நெட் கேட்வே இதோட நம்ம கனெக்ட் பண்ண போறது கிடையாது. அதனால நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்னா, பப்ளிக் EC2 லான்ச் பண்ணிட்டு கனெக்ட் பண்ண அப்புறமா இந்த இடத்துல இருந்து நம்மளால என்ன பண்ண முடியும், இந்த இடத்துக்கு ஜம்ப் பண்ண முடியும். That's the reason this server will act as a public jump server or jump box or passion hoods அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ரைட்.
இல்ல தினேஷ், அது வந்து பிரைவேட்டா தானே இருக்கு. அப்ப கூட எப்படி நம்ம அதை வந்து யூஸ் பண்ண முடியும்?
அதுதான். அது எதனாலனா நடுவுல இருக்கிற நாட் கேட்வேவால. சோ என்ன நடக்கும்னா, இந்த பப்ளிக் சப்நெட்ல நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, you have to create one NAT gateway. So I have to create a gateway called NAT gateway. I need to create it. Network access translation அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இந்த NAT gateway நான் என்ன பண்ணணும், பப்ளிக் சர்வர்ல ஹோஸ்ட் பண்ணணும். பப்ளிக் சர்வர்ல நம்ம கிரியேட் பண்ணிடணும். NAT gateway கிரியேட் பண்ணா அதுக்கு ஒரு எலாஸ்டிக் ஐபி அட்ரஸ் கிடைச்சிடும். என்ன கிடைச்சிடும் சொன்னீங்கன்னா, எலாஸ்டிக் ஐபி அட்ரஸ், EIP ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. That will get one elastic IP address. நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா, இந்த எலாஸ்டிக் ஐபி அட்ரஸ், we can create one more route table. We can create another route table. Say this is one more route table, we can create it. This route table also has what? This route table has your private EC2 oda cider. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம், you can map your private IP address oda cider. Thereby you can connect this NAT gateway into your cider. It means that a route table, this route table should be connected with this EC2. Thereby this EC2 act as a jump server னு சொல்றாங்க. So let's see practically. அதுக்கப்புறமா உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஐடியா கிடைக்கும். Let's wait. So நான் என்ன பண்றேன், let me better I will delete this particular instance. I don't want to confuse you. Just I'm deleting this instance. Let me go to VPC also. VPC, virtual private cloud, and go to your VPC. Whatever the VPC that I have created, once again I will delete it. We'll see fresh. So before deleting the VPC, my EC2 demo should be cleared, right? So it is running, I think so. EC2. And the instance is still, it is not terminated, it is shutting down. Wait for a while. Meanwhile, let me delete this subnet. So go to this subnet, and this is the custom subnet. How many subnet we have created? Totally we have, okay, let me delete this. Action, delete this VPC. Okay, it is attached with subnet also. Let me delete the subnet. So there are two subnet. This is one and this is two. And let me delete this subnet. And again, subnet is attached with the routing table. So click on routing table. And this is two subnet. It is attached with actions. Delete this route table. Route table or main and cannot be deleted. What happened? Okay. Delete. And delete this also. Subnet having internet instances cannot be deleted. Network interfaces cannot be deleted. Is it still shutting down? Okay, it's deleted now. Now let me go to the VPC. And I can delete this. Delete. And go to the internet gateway. It is default internet gateway. Let me leave it. So suppose I can create one VPC only. Say this is new VPC, like that I am giving some name. And let me give 10.0.0.0/24 I can go for, or you can go for some other IP address also. Whatever that you want, you can click on create VPC. Now I have one VPC. And quickly I can create a subnet also. So let me click new VPC. And then I can create a 4 subnet right now. This time I can create a 4 subnet. So subnet number 1. So this is a subnet A. Consider like this is my subnet 1. Subnet 1. And the preferences is maybe I can select 1A. And here I can create a subnet 10.0.0.0/26 I can give it. And after that create a subnet. This is one subnet. And let me create another subnet also. So this time new VPC. And you know, right, that divider 3 subnet calculator. I can type subnet calculator. So here, which is equal to, I said 24. 24. How many subnet I need? I need totally 4 subnets. Give this and come below. So here I can select this one. Now this time I can select this one. Now go here. And this is subnet 2. Then region. Let me take it as a 1A also this. And give it this space this 10.0. Slash, which is 26. 26. That's it. Click on create subnet. So there are 2 subnet now. So one is subnet 1 and subnet 2. Let me create another subnet. So click on VPC. I think here itself we have one option. Subnet 3. Subnet 3. And availability zone. Let me go with the B. And here 10 point. Copy this from here. So paste it. Okay. Slash 26. And this is another subnet. Let me add one more subnet here itself. Subnet 4. Subnet 4. And here I can select B. And 10.0.0.0. Not like this. 10.0.0.192. Is that right? 192. Yes, 192. Slash 26. Click on this and create a subnet. That's it. Let me see how many subnet got created. Totally I can see 4 subnet, right? Subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3, and subnet 4. And I have created a VPC also. So how many VPC we have? Only one VPC, new VPC. Any questions so far?
No, Dinesh.
No. We have created the subnet and we have created the VPC. What is the next step? By looking into this picture, what is the next step? Now suppose 2 subnet, 2 are public subnet and 2 are private subnet. Let me give some name also for our better understanding. So go to the subnet, and this is subnet 1 and subnet 2. Both are, I'm considered like it's a public subnet. Consider this is my public subnet and this is my private subnet. The same way, this is my public subnet and this is my private subnet. Then suppose, let me try the routing part, routing table part. But before that, I will get the default routing table, right? This one. This is the default routing table. So inside the default routing table, I need to configure gateway. So for that, let me create an internet gateway here. Internet gateway, which is new, I am configuring. So let me click on create internet gateway and I can attach to that particular VPC. And attach to the VPC. And go to the routing table. Let me click on this routing table and go to the routes where I need to click on edit routes. So let me add the route. So all over the internet with help of an internet gateway. That's it. Click on save internet gateway. So this one. Click on save changes. The same way, I need to do the subnet association also. Click on this and click on edit subnet association. Here we can select. So one public subnet I'm going to check, and along with that, one private subnet. What is that? This one. So let me click on save associate. Any questions so far? Configuring your public and private inside one availability zone. Any doubt?
No,
No,
Dinesh.
Dinesh.
So one route table I already configured. So this portion I have covered. One route table. This one I have done. So now let me go for another route table. So I can create another route table. Click on a create route table. Say this is, I shouldn't give private, but remember it's new route table. Like that you can give it, new route table. So then use your VPC. After that, click on your create route table. Now click on route table. So how many route tables we have? So we have, this is my new route table, but this is now I have created. Now see this picture, this new route table, it is connected with the NAT gateway, right? Then of course you need the NAT gateway also. How can I configure the NAT gateway? So go here, in the left hand side, I can find the NAT gateway. Click on this NAT gateway. Click on this NAT gateway. Guys, before configure, yeah, okay, better NAT gateway we can configure. So click on create a NAT gateway. Click on create a NAT gateway. So here you can give some name. Say this is my NAT gateway, and subnet you have to select. So which subnet I'm going to select? I'm going to select a there are 4 subnet I have created, right? So I can select a subnet. So let me select any one subnet here. So private subnet 1, which is public subnet. I can create this public subnet 1. See this picture. So NAT gateway that I'm launching inside the public subnet, which is 1. So I have configured here. Then after that, the connectivity type is public, that and all you can leave it. And the elastic IP address. Did you remember I said in the picture? So whenever you create a NAT gateway, there is an elastic IP address attached with it. So in the same way, let me click on allocate elastic IP address. It will allocate one IP address. See, it got one elastic IP address. After this is completed, you can click on create NAT gateway. That's it. You have a NAT gateway. It is available inside your public subnet. Now this should connect with your private subnet, right? So for that, in between, we have a route table. So let me go with the route table. Inside the route table, this is my new route table. Go to routes, click on edit route, and here add the route, which is 0.0.0, and you have to select the NAT gateway. Click on a NAT gateway. Save your changes. And along with that, subnet association also. So click on this subnet association. This NAT gateway route table should be connected with, that is the NAT gateway. NAT gateway, this is the route table. It should be connected with your EC2, right? This is the route table. Here you have already configured NAT gateway. But where it is going to connect? It is going to connect this private subnet, right? This is the private subnet it's going to connect. All the private subnet. Let me edit the subnet configuration. I will select both the private subnet. Is that right? I'm doing the private subnet for your NAT gateway. And click on save association. And before that, let me check this also. 1 minute. So here we have a new VPC. This is a new route table. Click on this and subnet association. Here I have added edit your subnet association. I have added only a public subnet. Maybe let me add both the public subnet. Click on save association because I don't want to miss anything. That's it. So any questions so far?
No, Dinesh.
Now from the public server, I need to connect the private server. How? Listen. How? Listen. Say suppose I will go with the Cloud Shell itself. So let me open the Cloud Shell in the new tab. The new tab, I have opened the Cloud Shell and quickly I can create the server also. So let me go to my EC2, click on this EC2, and I will launch the EC2 in the public server first, public subnet first. So click on launch instance. Click on launch instance. And this is my public subnet EC2. Like that I have given some name and AMI instance type. Key pair also I am selecting. So the key pair -VPC -edit and network settings. And I'm selecting, this is a new key subnet. And let me select the public subnet, public subnet 1. Fine. And auto assign public IP address I need to enable because it's a public subnet. So click on launch instance. It is completed now. It is completed now. And click on view all instances. Public subnet EC2. Now let me launch the private instance now. Private subnet EC2 AMI instance type, same key pair, edit, select your VPC, and this time I'm selecting the private subnet. Fine. And disable your public IP address, click on launch instance. And come below and click on view all instances. Now it will take some time. I can able to see the public subnet and also private subnet EC2. Any questions so far?
No, Dinesh.
No. So wait for a while. So once it is up and running, see guys, your public subnet will have both IP address. We have a public IP address, also the private IP address. Even if you terminate your instance, if you restart, the public IP address will change, but the private IP address will remain same. I hope you know already. So if I terminate and restart, or maybe if I stop and restart also, not terminate, sorry, stop and restart, that time your public IP address will change, but private always remains constant. Now let me click on this private subnet, but here we don't have any public IP address and all, only a private IP address, it is there. Let's listen. Let me go to my Cloud Shell. We go to my Cloud Shell. Inside the Cloud Shell, connection is lost. Okay. And I will write the command now. What is the command? First, I need to launch my instance. For that, we click on actions and click on upload file and click on select file. And you can select the key pair and click on open and click on upload. This is you need to do. Unable to upload the file, key pair, system message file, been already exist on the environment. Okay, it is not already available. Fine, no issues. Now SSH space -I key pair name key pair -VPC dot pim space, and you can give EC2 -user at the rate of a public IP address. That is public IP address. It is available here. Let me copy this public IP address and paste this one and press enter. It is asking yes. Yes, I can able to connect my public IP address. Now from this public server, I need to jump into my private server. I need to jump into my private server. How? So to jump into the server, private server, so what I will do now, let me write some command. Say suppose if I write the key pair, right? BAM space. What is the key pair? The key pair name is, what is the key pair name? This one. Key pair -VPC dot pim. Press enter. And here I have to paste the key pair first. So this is where I need to paste the key pair. So how can I paste the key pair? For that, I already have a key pair, right? Let me open this. One minute, please. I'll talk this one. Right. Open with other any notepad. I can go with the notes. Open this. Okay, so I got the key pair. So let me copy this key pair and then paste it here. Paste and escape WQ. Save this file. Save this file. Escape WQ. Save this file. Right. I have saved this file. Then after that, let me try to use the private IP address now. SSH space -I space the key pair name, which is, what is the key pair name? Did you remember? The key pair name is key pair -VPC dot pim space EC2 -user at the rate of the private IP address of your EC2 machine. So this is your private IP address of EC2 machine. So copy this. Now let me go here and paste it and press enter. Press yes. Why? Okay, I need to allow the permission. Sudo chmod 400 space key pair -VPC dot pim file. Now let me try once again. Enter a passcode. We should enter a passcode. Sudo space I root user. SSH space hyphen I key pair hyphen VPC dot sim space EC2 hyphen user at the rate of 10.0.0.68. Yes. So 1 minute.
So we can press the escape button and type DD. So it
Type?
will double D. D for Delhi. So it will
For
delete the
each
line.
line, okay, we can delete. Okay. Okay. So now let me paste it again. And why am I getting like this? Let me try this time. Just asking for this. Okay, guys, time up. Actually, I have another session. Let's see this one tomorrow. I will check why I'm getting this error. But apart from this, only the configuration and all same, guys. The jump server only I will tell you tomorrow. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So only you can try with the internet gateway, not gateway tomorrow I will tell you. Once again I will repeat. No issues. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.